Stardew Valley.
Yeah, they published it.
Marty, you want to come up here too?
All right. We're
Is that too many animals for one stream?
Never. No, because at one point, like,
We'll do it live.
At one point, we had, like, John had his dog, the puppy, and Sam and Sue had their cat, and Ford had his cat. We've had multiple animal streams before.
A 2-in-1 screen?
It's probably, it will be the highest animal per screen, or APS as it is.
Well, in the background though, my cats have walked past.
That's true.
He's got that cat dialed in. He will not stop looking at Marty.
Because it's moving. Yeah. So welcome to the Dungeons and Dragons pre-show, where we appreciate Jim's puppy. He's pretty great.
Excuse me.
I guess you guys don't need to be on the screen anymore. I guess you sort of do. There's like a little bit to resolve, and you guys can explore a bit if you would like. Everyone's like pretty beat up though.
I messed around with my Rakdos list.
Yeah.
I added some bigger top end stuff. I had a not bigger top end stuff, but instead of being a bunch of 1-drop goblins and Judith with sack mechanics, it's like I have some more black. I have like Plague Crafter in there. I have the Midnight Reaper in there.
Yep.
I have the 4-mana 6/6 flying trampler that you sacrifice a creature as part of its cost, which is another vehicle for proccing Judith. Forget his name.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's black.
I wouldn't play that.
No? I've won games off it.
Yeah, you can. It's. I'm not saying like it's not fine, but there's just like there.
So I had the siege break commander, gang commander.
Yeah, he's good.
So I had him out, and then I used his goblins to pay with Skirk to I used Skirk on other goblins to proc Judith damage.
Correct.
To pay the cast cost for
Siege Gang, yep.
No, for the Trampler, the 6/6 flyer Trampler.
Because it reduces for damage dealt.
No, because Skirk adds mana. Yeah, like that's the cool thing.
So like
about
not only did I get to cast a 6/6 flying Trampler, but I also pinged him for 3 damage from Judith on the same turn.
Right. Yeah, I understand. It's okay, but like there are other things you can be doing. The only thing that I play in that deck that costs more than 3 is Gruesome Menagerie.
I do play 2 of those because I only have 2.
Yeah, I've played just like 4 of them in that list. Are you playing Priest of Forgotten Gods yet?
I only own 1, but yeah, I have it in there.
Yeah, because that's another thing that can just like lock people out of a game.
That's the other thing is I don't have all the cards to do the list I want, so that's kind of the reason I'm throwing some of these other things in there.
Totally.
Like I have the red 1/1 goblin that produces a colorless artifact mana token.
Right. Oh, that one.
I forget what that's called, but I'm running those. But that way, like Gruesome Menagerie has a 2-drop target because that's the only 2-drop goblin that.
Yeah.
Oh no, except Squee. I have Squee.
Squee costs 3.
3. Yeah, you're right.
There's a goblin. I forget what it's called, but it's a 1-mana 1/1 that makes a 1/1 token. Puppy butt.
You want to go see mommy? Is that why you're squirming? You're done with all this D&D talk?
Such a bulldog.
Pupper.
Such a puppers.
Mwah. Oh, you're so cute.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, Steve.
How are you, buddy?
I survived the day.
Alright, I'm gonna go bring him back down to his mommy. I'll be back.
Okay.
Goodbye.
How fucked was your schedule because of the delay?
Not exceedingly. I had one thing that I might have done in the morning, and they canceled it, and then I just sat around on my ass until my last stuff in the evening. Actually, I streamed a bunch. That's a lie. So
nice.
But yeah,
Good times. What are you streaming nowadays?
Dead by Daylight, Splatoon, and finishing a Pokemon Nuzlocke. Then I don't know.
You should. I think I've told you this before, but you should play Return to the Oberdin.
You mentioned that, and that's on my list. It's one of those things of like
you could probably finish it in like I don't know, like 2 to 3 streams, depending on how long you stream.
2 hours, about 2 hours at a time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think it took John and I like 4 streams, and let me tell you how much time we put into it.
I saw you guys did that a couple, like I want to say about 3 or 4 times, but I would argue you guys probably spent 4 hours on it.
So we totaled 14 hours, but a lot of that was us like stopping and like fucking around and like talking about it because we were like commentating on like the design and like the puzzle composition and stuff.
No, it's 14 hours is probably right, and it's probably realistically like an 8 to 10 hour game. But
yeah, that's what I was gonna.
That is what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. Possibly after the Nuzlocke, because I'm almost at the Elite Four, and
nice.
Are
you at the point in like, because like you know how you get to the point in Nuzlocke when like you know for sure whether you're gonna finish or not? Do you know that you're gonna finish?
No, because I'm in a random Nuzlocke, so everything has been chaotic as crap.
Oh, that's fun. That's cool.
That's what makes it great. Although I think I'm gonna be okay because I have like 2 or 3 fire dudes that are really good. I've actually the funny part of the story is that I caught a Seviper that kept this Nuzlocke going at level like 2, and it's just been carried the team through 90% of this, and it's just been hilarious.
That was my next question, is which weird Pokemon is your carry?
Oh, that's my absolute. That thing is my dead carry. Like, just that thing has wrecked everything I put up against it for no reason.
Oh, that's awesome. Yep, I love those. I love
those. Those are the fun ones. Ones.
I love the narratives that emerge from Nuzlocke runs.
Yep.
All right, we'll get our other John in a sec.
Yeah.
And then we'll be good to go.
Do we have our thing all set up yet or no?
Or what?
Do we have the framing all set up or no?
Yeah, dude, it all fucking works. It's great.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah, I figured it out, and like straight up, once we have it's broken right now, but once John enters the frame of the call, then I'm fairly certain we are good to go.
Praise be unto the internet gods. Praise to all the meme cats.
It took me like a year and a half of streaming tabletop RPGs, but I finally figuring it out.
I'm proud of you. You did it.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I'm excited. So I'm running a Ravnica D&D game on another channel, starting on Saturday, and I don't have to do any of the production stuff. I just need to.
That's always the feel good.
I just get to show up in D&D, and like one of the players in it is like an actual real life artist. Like that's what he does.
Yeah.
And so he's like making all the overlays and the character art and everything. And I just have to show up in DM. It's gonna be real nice.
Feels great.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to detract to an important question that's actually come up because of Splatoon.
Okay.
So here's the all-important question for the month, gentlemen. Pancakes v. waffles. Who's supreme?
Waffles, man.
Waffle. It's not even a question.
I mean, objectively speaking,
wrong.
I think pancakes are the more powerful of the two foods. But it's entirely a texture-based thing, right? Like
I would assume so.
There could be people who much prefer pancakes just because they don't like the texture of waffles. They tend to be crispier and can be difficult to spread butter upon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, So like when John joins in, John I'm sure will have a very in-depth answer to this.
I look forward to his super supreme answer about that.
He'll have a Williams answer if you would.
Yeah, he will definitely have a Williams answer for it. I'm voting pancakes, but I'm just saying.
All right. I mean, I like both. I'm more of a French toast person personally, but.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Way to take the Switzerland answer.
I mean, that's not Switzerland. That's like just injecting a third power into the.
That's true. That's fair.
But
very fair.
According to our Lord and Savior Mitch Hedberg, a waffle is just a pancake with a syrup trap. So,
thank you. That's what I couldn't remember who said it, and thank you. I was wondering.
Of course.
The whole time I was like, "There's someone that made a joke about how waffles are just pancakes with syrup traps," and I couldn't remember who it was. And now I'm sad and mad at myself.
It was Mitch Hedberg, and that's the entire joke, and that's the genius of Mitch Hedberg.
That's literally all he is. That's all you need to hear.
He is our shower thoughts before Reddit existed.
Exactly. Rip that guy, greatest comedian.
He's pretty great.
All right.
So, are any of you guys at all invested in Kingdom Hearts, or am I the only Kingdom Hearts invested person here?
Couldn't care less.
I don't have a PS4, so I can't.
I have a meme accurately describing how much. I think you've seen the meme on my Facebook thing, right?
I have seen the meme.
Yeah, that's my feelings.
Man, Kingdom Hearts is so good. It's like an objectively been like an insanely good game.
It is a good game. I've watched all the like development of it and stuff like that. Like it's a good game. I just am not invested in it enough for it.
It requires the most homework to enjoy. Like it requires an insane amount of homework, and like so I've been streaming it, and every night like one of my channel regulars has been watching, and then Dalen's been popping in every once in a while and watching, and it's funny because they love to like nerd out about all the Disney stuff, and so like I finish a world, and then like something happens that is like a big revelation and the like overall Kingdom Hearts plot, and I'm just like, oh shit, like this is so cool, and they're just like, what's going on? And I like start to explain it, and I realize it would literally take me 3 hours to explain why that one thing was so huge and so cool.
Could be worse. You could be like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of another super.
Well, the other like multimedia example that I give all the time is Dot Hack. Like, if you remember Dot Hack, to like, to get that whole story, you had to like watch 2 animes, play 4 games.
Yeah.
There was an OVA that came with the games that you also needed to watch to get more context. and the story was great, and I loved Dot Hack, but you needed to like
you needed to know so much.
So much had to go on in order to.
Yeah, there was a lot in that. That's why I couldn't keep up with that shit.
Yeah. I liked it. And Kingdom Hearts got its hooks in me when I was like 13. And like I was like a 13-year-old like budding RPG nerd / weeb.
Yeah.
And like
that
is the exact target demographic for Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, that hit all the right points.
Yep.
What you looking at over there, Mr. DeBlad?
I'm just looking at books.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds educated.
Nice.
Books
are good. We'll the next segment of our pre-show, we'll head over to Jim, our Atlas correspondent, for an Atlas watch. Jim, how's Atlas going?
Atlas is a lot of fun. I actually haven't played in a while since the Diablo season started. I've been devoting all of my game time to that.
That's fair.
That being said, it like I said, it's a really fun time, and I enjoy the game.
Nice.
That's fair.
Good reporting.
Can I segue into another question? Because I don't actually know how most of you Blizzard people enjoyed this thought. What was everyone's thought on Diablo Immortal?
Oh dear.
That sure was a decision that Blizzard made.
That sure was.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Is that like Diablo Immortal is not a bad idea. In fact, it is an objectively good idea. Like, despite all of the hate, it's going to make them like fuck tons of money.
Oh,
because
of course.
all of those people hating on it are definitely going to download it, and they're definitely going to pay for stuff in it.
Yeah, they'll definitely do it. They just don't want to.
But like the problem that they had was not making it. It was literally just like the way that they announced it. Like, you can't just out of nowhere, like, you go into a BlizzCon and you hype up how important Diablo is going to be, and you haven't had a good Diablo product in forever, and so you've got everyone hyped up for Diablo 4, so much so that you have to put out a press release ahead of BlizzCon saying, hey, just so you guys know, we're gonna announce a Diablo project, but it's not gonna be Diablo 4. And then everyone gets even more hyped because they're like, oh, another Diablo 3 expansion? Like, let's fucking go, obviously. Yeah. And then you just come out of the gates with a fucking phone game. Like, I don't know who thought that was a good marketing plan. And then and then they just, I mean, like, it was unfortunate, but
no, it was. I only saw the backlash as like a casual Blizzard partaker, and it was just, to me, was just one of those like, I'd probably be pissed too, but at the same time, like, I don't know, was it that bad? Was it that awful?
I mean, it's also the over dramatization of like everything by the internet. Also, like,
fair enough.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate case. But while we're waiting on John still, are any of you guys excited about Anthem?
What?
I've heard about it.
Are any of you gonna play Anthem or check Anthem out?
What is Anthem?
Anthem is EA's new, or BioWare's new game.
It's BioWare's new game.
It's essentially like the mech suit Destiny Diablo action shooter RPG kind of thing. Yeah. I don't know. It looks okay.
It looks pretty cool. I've heard positive things about it, but I'm just kind of like, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Navak is calling it Warframe Destiny Division 3. Yeah, I mean, like, that's not that far off.
No, it's really not. It's really not at all.
But it looks okay, and I generally trust BioWare as a developer.
Yeah, they've not made awful games. Like,
I'm gonna wait until it's out before I think about like buying it or whatever. But I didn't know if like you guys were following it or interested.
Yeah.
What the heck was that deck I just played against?
What was it?
He played 5 gates, a bunch of the blue-green, draw a card and put a land.
Yeah, Gates is a deck.
That's all he did, and I just hit him with white weenies until he was dead.
So that's like the new version of like, not Turbo Fog, but like, so there's a card called Gates Ablaze that's like 3 mana, deal X damage to everything, where X is the number of gates you control. So like they play that, and they play this angel that's like gain 2 life for every gate you control, and they play Wilderness Reclamation because you could like play all the gates and it untaps all of them, and Wilderness Reclamation is a busted card you can put into anything. It doesn't even matter because that card's a mistake.
He just kind of sat there and let me hit him with a Leonin Vanguard and do Skymarcher Aspirant.
Well, that's the thing, is if things don't go well,
yeah.
It's like the advisor decks going around, where it's just like, let me just throw advisors out there, and eventually I'll tap 4 a bunch of times. And
the Blue Man group.
Oh hell yeah! I can't wait to build that. That's gonna be great.
I was gonna say that's a very Sam deck. That's an
100%.
That's an incredibly memey Sam deck.
100%. I'm just gonna play that, a bunch of weird ass counter spells, and then just run games and hopefully things work.
Yeah, seems alright.
It's probably not gonna, but I don't care. I still have to get money for all those cards.
Oh yeah, the gate deck has 8/8 golems that they can rebuy. I forgot about that. That's also a thing.
That's pretty relevant.
Yeah. It's mostly the like the reason why that deck can exist is because of Wilderness Reclamation, which is the reason why most green decks can like exist and do as well as they can right now. I don't know, like I don't know what universe they like thought that was okay in.
I don't know.
I'm gonna text John. Where you at, homie?
I don't know. All I know is I'm still unlocking decks, and I have nothing from the new Ravnica block, and I'm just like, play stuff.
I dumped money into it when the new set came out, with the thought of if I were playing paper Magic, I would spend like 5 times this amount on like events and boxes and stuff. And so for like $50, I can buy a bunch of packs and have enough gems to like enter all the limited events I want, because I know I can enter them and go infinite on them. So,
yeah, and just go on trips. Yeah. So, no, it makes sense.
I'm happy with it. I haven't played it that much this week because Kingdom Hearts has consumed my waking life. That's not that hasn't been work or
Kingdom Hearts
prepping for D&D related things. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see where the format goes. I haven't even looked like what won the SCG. I didn't even look.
Oh, what won standard?
Yeah, I'm gonna find out. We're gonna do some live deck reviewing.
Well, I might as well.
Which again I feel like we should have John here for, but oh well.
I mean, we could, but I don't find guys who are up. Is Red still super stupid powerful?
Oh yeah, yes. Red's insane right now.
Mono Red only got stronger.
Yeah, because
they gave
Phoenix was bonkers.
No, it's not Arclight Phoenix. They gave Red there's a lightning bolt now, and there's essentially a 1-mana divination.
A 1-mana what?
Divination.
In Red?
Yeah. So there's a you know.
I've seen it. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Light up the stage.
Light up the stage or whatever. Yeah.
And
that's super busted card.
Yeah, that card. That's also a thing.
That's a mistake. That's gonna see some crunch later.
I don't think so. I don't think it's that bad. There's definitely tools to like beat it. It's just like it's cool that like I find it cool that Red has like powerful stuff. And like people will figure out how to beat it eventually. Probably.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh yeah, Sultai midrange. That's right. Someone just took the green-black deck and jammed Crisis into it.
Okay, sure.
Sultai, Bant, Azorius aggro, Esper control, Esper midrange. Hey, it's John.
Howdy, hi. Sorry.
Hey,
it's John Williams.
The Williams effect was strong tonight.
It was really in full force.
Yeah.
There is something. It was probably something about like the way that the moon lined up with Mercury lined up with like a dog and like a block over lined up with.
Yeah, we had a category.
The amount of like hot sauce on the shelf somewhere.
Category 5 Williams effect today.
Yeah. Amplified by the cold, I guess. So.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. The polar freeze amplified that.
Good news though, all the overlays work.
Nice.
Hooray.
I just need to fix my camera so we can be here, and now we can play Dungeons and Dragons for a few hours.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah. Quick, John. How are you? In like a very quick couple of sentences, because I always ask everyone how they are.
Really good. I listened to some new Mountain Goat songs that John Darnell. So like he did the stream at the Watsy place.
Yep.
My buddy, my roommate Sam just introduced me to them, and they're so wonderful. I love them.
Friend of the show, Sam, who was a player.
Right. Duh. He used to be with us.
He was in the group for a while. Yeah.
Friend of the show and second half of our pair of Sams.
Yeah,
for real.
Cool. Yeah, I
Great.
saw that was a thing, and I'm always glad when my interests clash just in general, and I like the cross section between Dungeons and Dragons and all of my sad indie folk music. So
Right.
Here we are. All right, cool. So, my dog has barked, which is the traditional sign for let's begin our game.
That's dog speak for Hajime.
As is tradition. So, oh man, she's barking at something. Okay.
It's a big black void.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Darkness.
Someone I had some people talking about how when my door is open when I stream, it's just a giant door to the void.
Yeah, my internet I think is also like kind of garbage right now for some reason.
I think it's Discord because I'm seeing what you're seeing.
Okay,
it's probably
yeah,
Discord.
yeah, just like really bad connection.
Yeah.
My connection's okay.
Guys, we gotta switch to Skype. Discord's out of style.
John, leave the call. I never want to hear those words again.
Yeah.
What is this?
No, John, don't actually leave. We love you.
What is this? The 1990s? Jesus.
No, like after running Blades of the Dark on Skype for like a year, I refused to run a tabletop game on the internet over Skype ever again.
Yeah,
that's very fair.
Yeah. So can y'all hear everything? Okay, at least for now.
Yeah, we're good.
It's just really choppy video.
Okay. We'll get started, and then if issues persist, then we shall address them as we do. Everyone's video seems okay to me, at least for now. Anyways.
Seems pretty okay.
So when we last saw our heroes, you guys were journeying through a Xanathar Guild hideout underneath the sewers of Waterdeep to rescue Floon Blagmar, a friend of Volathamp Gedarm, who asked you to find his friend, which led you to Rainier Neverember, who is the actual person that presumably they were looking to capture, who then led you to Floon. Well, the place where Floon is. You took a hostage in Krentz, the I think he's I started off calling him a dwarf, but everyone kept calling him a human, so he's a human now. The human bandit.
I kept calling him a dwarf, and he was like, "I'm a human, damn it."
Oh, that's right. Anyway,
he might be short, but he's not a dwarf.
Yeah. Schrodinger's bandit.
Schrodinger's dwarf.
So you guys took him hostage, thought that it would be a good idea to try to get him to turn on his master.
I wouldn't say you guys. That was really Harlan's idea.
That was really one idea. There's one person who primarily thought that was a good idea.
There's a difference between the recap of the episode from like the omnipresent narrator point of view and the Harlan point of view. You guys.
Fair enough.
He led you into a room where you met Grumshar, the half orc boss of this sect of the Xanathar Guild, who was torturing the poor Mr. Blagmar in an attempt, it seemed, to impress a strange tentacle-faced creature who became tired of Grumshar's antics and fled, but left his pet brain to his pet intellect devourer to deal with these fools.
His pet brain puppy.
You dealt with Grumshar fairly easily. Krentz gave you a bit of trouble, and it looked like Harlan was on the ropes for a while before he rolled a 20 like a skilled player and got back up and killed Krentz, because Jim is so good at D&D.
The best.
But then this intellect devourer was really giving you guys trouble. We got to see Badger cast a spell, for the first time, an offensive spell,
a fire spell,
a firebolt for the first time, and it was very epic and awesome. And Kaldrim got hit with the Intellect Devourer's. I forget what the name of the ability is.
Devour Intellect.
He got hit with Devour Intellect.
Idiotification,
which reduced his intellect to 1. Before it was dispatched by a well-timed mace. No, if it was to 0, you'd be dead.
Right. Okay. Good. That's good.
A creature with 0 intellect wouldn't have like the ability to breathe. Like you're
dead.
You're like
Zero's dead, I believe.
Your automatic functions would cease.
Good. Good.
So I think actually the place that we start as we fade back in is on just like Kaldrim's face. And what does Kaldrim's face look like?
He's just kind of like, he's got the drool going down his face.
Totally.
He's just like.
And as we pan out, we see
cross-eyed, all that shit.
We see the group of you in the aftermath of this battle, the minutes after this battle. Like, what does everyone look like? You guys just had like a pretty harrowing experience.
I have mortal wounds that somehow I'm living through.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right. So bad you're passed out and then woke back up again.
Yeah.
Badger is panting with his like hand on a wall and just and then looking at his notepad and seeing like the indent of like the quill scratching of like where he had to like make the receipt, and he's just like god damn it.
All right. Floon,
when I regain my breath or composure, seeing my brother like stunned, I'm gonna go give him the classic like, hey, snap out of it, come on, this isn't funny, stop joking.
All right, make some sort of roll.
Make a dice roll.
Make a dice roll. Make a
charisma.
Make a performance check.
That'll work.
13.
Fun for me.
So you go up and you're like kind of like smacking him and being like, hey, wake up, and we get like kind of the camera switches and we get the view from Kaldrim's point of view. Kaldrim, like you are registering that like someone is like come up to you and started to like smack you and is like saying like sound is coming from them at you, but it sounds like very like distant and far away, and you can't really understand anything that's going on.
Okay. It's like in the movie the seconds after a flashbang goes off.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like it's all the time. It's like that, but all the time. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you do that. Do you do anything, or Kaldrim, or do you just kind of like stand there dumbfounded?
I was stunned, didn't I?
You're not stunned anymore. You're just at one effect right now.
I'm just staring at him, eyes crossed.
Yeah.
Oi, come on!
It appears he's had his intellect drained.
He's what, eh?
Your brother has been struck dumb, sir.
Right, he's a dummy now.
If you would like to try to like determine more about the nature of this, you can make an Arcana check. Whoever wants.
Perhaps we should send him our hopes and prayers. I do not know what we can do for him.
Yikes.
Oi, you better be coming up with more than hopes and prayers. My brother walked into these sewers singing and talking and dancing. He's gonna well leave the same way.
Yeah, I can't seem to recall anything. My personal magic studies have never dealt with this problem, which I determined by the 7 that I rolled in Arcana.
Right.
Tell me if I can do anything medicinally.
I mean, glancing at him, you can tell that he's like banged up. Like he's got like combat wounds. Like he's been hurt. But like, a medicine check won't really tell you much about how to like what is going on and how to like solve that issue.
I think where I'm going with this is, can I tell if it's something that's temporary? Would that be something I would be able to tell through medicine?
No.
Okay.
Because this isn't like a physical ailment. It's not like oh, his arm's broken or whatever. Because that's what medicine would be for.
Okay.
So, not knowing much about magic,
mm-hmm.
hearing somebody say that his intelligence was drained, seeing that the thing that we were fighting looks like a brain, Harlan's going to put 2 and 2 together as best as he can and try and squeeze the intelligence out of the brain back onto his brother.
All right.
Okay.
Because he's panicking. He can't think straight. He's just like, it's got to be here. Get back in there.
Shove it in his mouth. Make him eat it.
Make him eat it. It's the only way it's going to work.
Back.
You do so. I don't think you need to make a roll for this. Kaldrum, we go back into from your point of view, where everything is like kind of like numb and far away, and like the camera's all blurry, and like suddenly you feel like a kind of like wet, warm sensation on your forehead, and it kind of like drips down your face.
Okay.
And that's what you feel.
I'm pretty upset.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like,
yeah, Kaldrum starts crying.
I don't think that's going to work. Even judging by his condition, I think it's probably best if we consult a physician.
Yeah, I bet there's a doctor who might.
Harlan quickly starts to think if he knows any doctors.
Would Harlan?
I mean, Harlan spent his life as a son of a businessman in Waterdeep.
Yeah, I mean, it would stand to reason that you would know, like, a general, like, physician.
Like,
probably.
I know who they are, where they are, how to get there.
Sure.
I mean, at the very least, I bet we could find a doctor at the Yawning Portal.
Yeah, like,
I didn't know if I needed to go find a doctor, if I need to go take him to the doctor. I know.
Make a history check, and this is not to determine whether or not you know of a doctor, but if you can determine like where it is. Yeah, I would say that like you would know the location of like a doctor that like maybe your like parents took you.
All right, so Harlan is abandoning everything about this Volo and this Floon. He no longer cares about any of this. So he's gonna scoop his brother, the arm over his shoulders, and I'm taking him to a doctor.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I see nothing wrong with that. At worst,
let's do it.
If you worst, we can take it just the right way.
Floon. Meanwhile, the camera pans over to Floon, who's like also like wearing like these disheveled, disgusting like rags, and he's at like 1 HP, and he's just kind of like looking around scared, and he's like, are you here to rescue me?
Oh yeah, we came for that. Also, do you want to come to the doctor? You look like you could.
Look like you could we actually do have a couple questions for you, Mr. Blagmar. So it's probably best
if you could get me out of here. I'm sure I have friends that will reward you.
Sure, just stay with us and follow us out.
Yeah, come along.
He like starts to follow you and gets to the muck, and he says, you all wouldn't happen to have an extra pair of shoes, would you?
Yes. Well, I guess I have one to spare, if I must.
It would.
They fit me perfectly, and I don't know if they'll fit you.
What are you going to give him?
I pull out the goblin booties.
The extra goblin boots.
The goblin booties for sure will not fit him.
Well, I offered.
He looks around and he says, if you would not mind waiting just 1 second, and he walks over towards Krentz and takes Krentz's boots. And he says, hi, I would not want to truck through this muck barefoot. It seems like an easy way to get all sorts of diseases. And he
Right. Yeah, that way, and not all the other time you spent in the sewer.
He shudders, as if you're kind of pointing this out to him, and he hadn't thought of it before. He shudders at the thought, and he says, yes, perhaps a visit to a physician is in order.
It couldn't hurt at this point.
Okay, so you guys don't want to check out any other rooms? You guys want to just make your way out?
I'm trying to get through this black wall over here, and I can't.
Oh yeah. So over here, yeah. I'll just because if you guys are leaving the area, then we don't have to be on this map anymore.
No, I assume we're going back and we're done.
I don't know what y'all are doing. You know what I'm doing.
All right.
We might as well go back and recoup.
I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna bring you guys back over here because we're no longer in a dungeon.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll say for the sake of brevity, you guys make your way out of the sewers and make your way up on the dock ward. Harlan and Kildrim, what area of the city would you guys have grown up in, do you think?
Probably the trades ward, being that my father was a businessman.
Yeah.
I don't know where Kildrim would have been in childhood.
So we were split up.
Okay.
So I would probably be in the poorest part of the city.
So it's the dock ward. This would be kind of where you would be around. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll say that. Oh no, we lost.
You said he probably DC'd.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
Sad days.
I know, right? The internet. It's the thing.
Sad internets.
We'll say that you, based on your history check, you know how to get there. It's just gonna take you a while because you're essentially traveling on foot. Kaldrim, can you make a intelligence saving throw with your original intelligence for me, please?
My original?
Yeah.
Okay. 10.
Okay.
The crit is 19.
What was your intelligence originally?
My intelligence is an 8 with a -1 modifier.
I'll say that with a 10. John just texted me and said that something happened to his internet connection and he's gonna try to reboot.
Okay.
In the meantime, so we don't need to deal with broken overlays and we're not fighting, I'm just gonna swap us over to a Discord view.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll say that your intelligence bumps up from 1 to 4.
To 4.
So
boy.
as they're kind of leading you up and out of the sewers and out through the thing, you regain the ability to speak simple words and form mildly coherent thoughts.
Okay.
Hooray.
What's that look like?
So I've still got your arm over my shoulder and I'm dragging you along as we go to the doctor.
Harlan, where go?
Oh, oi, Kildrim.
Where we go?
I'm taking you to the doctor. Something happened to you down there with that big brain.
Doctor?
And the doctor, the physician.
Oh.
Doctor, healer, physician.
Here?
Just come with me. You'll be all right, I promise.
Go here.
He understands enough. Let's just keep moving.
Oh, you're still here?
Keep moving. I'm kicking my feet off your back.
Are
Are you carrying me?
No. I had just like the one arm over your shoulder.
I thought you were still carrying me.
No, I was never fireman's carrying.
Ah, boo. Okay.
Okay. So, as you guys go around and spend more time kind of like traveling through, gradually over the course of the journey, we'll say, Keldrum, your wits return to you.
Okay.
Just like kind of like slowly, over time.
Mm-hmm.
And you come back. We'll say it takes like the better part of. Oh, there you go. Oh, there he is. We'll say
almost.
Hey, John's sort of back. It takes the better part of like an hour or so as you guys are kind of like traveling around, and you can slowly start to like get your thoughts kind of like back in order and start like talking more and stuff. You're still like really fucked up, and like your head is like pounding, and like as you start to like regain your intellect, you realize like once you have the faculties to realize you have like a pounding headache, you realize you have a pounding headache, and it's like almost like incapacitating. And at one point we'll say like as you kind of like get all of your last point of intelligence back mechanically, you like fall to your knees because you like all of the feeling of like all of the damage that you took and all of everything just kind of like comes back to you. So as you guys are kind of like walking towards a physician, Harlan, Keldrum just kind of like buckles under like onto you.
What's the matter, Keldrum? What's the problem?
I just feel like I've been hit with every fucking battle axe mace in the city. Oh god.
Oh, I know how you feel me, bruv. Because I am also at one.
Right.
This whole time. Like, I've just been adrenaline carrying you.
Do we find Floon?
Now realizing that he's like able to sustain himself, I then also collapsed from exhaustion, and I'm gonna roll that. Let's see. Never mind, I'm okay.
Fair enough.
But I definitely buckle, and I'm like, that like feeling, like all the adrenaline like leaves, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't believe we're alive.
Yeah, and so we get this like moment of like the two of you kind of like collapsed.
Yeah,
and
like sitting in the street back to back, propping each other up.
Lyric, how do you react to this? Like,
I feel like I've probably seen this before, and it's not something that necessarily is. It's a relief because I've probably seen this, but like,
yeah, if you've seen this effect, you've probably seen a much more intense version of it.
Yeah, it's one of those like, okay, good, he recovered. I had a feeling he might eventually. We don't need to go find some like super wizard to deal with this. Awesome.
Right. John, are you back, Williams? Or are you just okay? Badger is like stuck in his running animation as he DCs, and Floon like is also looking kind of fucked up, but like is like kind of standing up and looking down over you guys, and Eddie says, well, if I didn't know any better, I wouldn't know who saved who.
Let's be very clear, we saved you.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
It's true. We did go through quite a loss to find you. Let's just let's get back to the tavern and
while we're on the subject, who are you and what made you
we never did get around to talking about all that.
Yeah, he's just like he's so confused.
So I like pick myself up, I put a hand on the orc's shoulder, sort of prop myself up with him, and I start talking to Floon. So, a friend of yours by the name of Volo employed us to come find you after you went missing, and we've pieced it together. Those friends was thinking that you was Mr. Neverember by mistake.
He says, oh, I was wondering why those ruffians grabbed hold of me like that.
Yeah, they was trying to hold you for ransom for, I guess, this Neverember fella got some kind of cash. And they thought you might have been in. I might have had the cash that he's got.
Normally, when I'm rough-handed, it's for a much more enjoyable experience.
I don't really want to know where the rest of that sentence goes. So if you could just take us to your friend Volo, and we'll be collecting our reward for delivering you safely to where we said we would henceforth.
Volo didn't tell you guys where to find him once you found me. I wouldn't know where to find him. I've been kidnapped for the past 3
Even
months.
I thought you were his friends. You might know where he stays. Does anybody remember where Volo was? I can't seem to recall at the moment. And then Jim looks at his character.
I think we met him at the yawning portal, but I don't know if he's still there.
Yeah, I think you...
Might be at some other haunt he goes to.
I think you would remember that he told you that he'd be at the yawning portal. I know.
Okay.
I'll remind you of that because it's been like a really long time.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of months.
Yeah.
Right, so let's head on back to the old yawning portal. You can come with us, Floon.
As you guys,
I could use a beer.
yeah,
as you guys
turn, Badger says, "I'll meet you guys there. I need to stop at the Masons Guild and submit these receipts post haste."
Jeez.
Of course you do. Well, I sure do. Oh my god, I need a break.
Yeah, right. I need
okay.
I need exactly 8 hours of sleep stat.
Okay. Let's get to that in, eh?
Yeah, and Badger kind of like scampers off. Okay.
As badgers do.
You're making your way over to the yawning portal.
Making my way downtown.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's go to the yawning portal then. Alright.
So glad we got here without any interference.
Yeah, is there any sort of like banter or talk between like you and Floon as you guys are traveling? Like Floon kind of like understands like what the deal is now, and so like we'll just kind of follow along and not say anything unless you guys like try to talk to him or ask him anything.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. The only thing I would say to him would be to keep him on track to getting him to follow if he were to cause issues.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing as that is not the case, no, I'm just hoofing it with the last remaining stamina I have to get there.
Yeah.
And as I look at this image, I'm curious what's going on with number 78.
Huh?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Don't worry about it.
Because that's what we just fucked up by. So.
I mean, he didn't actually get a spell or anything off on you.
The thing on his lap did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the yachting portal is full of all sorts of like adventuring types. I'm sure if you like found some like wizard or something, or like some high level adventurer and asked them, they might have an answer for you. Anyways, you guys make it to the yawning portal. It is full of the usual hustle and bustle of all sorts of different adventuring types. Getting drinks. You see like tables full of like parties, kind of like discussing their next moves. you see Durnan at the bar, kind of like talking to in the middle of like three different conversations at once while like not fucking up a single order. Um, you see a group of adventurers. You pass by a group of adventurers sitting at a table, going saying well, we've got the letter. Where do we go next? And it says that, and they say, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that town's in Barovia. I don't know where, and like that's the conversation that they're having as you guys pass by. What do you guys do?
I scan the crowd and looking for for Valo.
All right, make a perception check.
Nowhere to be found.
Hard to tell. There's just like a lot of people, and you've been at 1 HP for a long time. Your vision is starting to kind of like double, and you're just kind of like.
So not seeing him in like my first quick scan through the room, I just sit down at the first open table, and order a beer from the first available waitress.
Yeah, a tavern maid like comes over and like sees you sit down and notices that there's no drink, and so they, you know.
Love, I'd actually absolutely murder a beer if you bring one, please.
And she says, already on it.
And before she gets back, I'm
Asleep.
like
yeah. Yeah, totally. Okay. So Flynn kind of like sits down with you for a little while, and do like Kaldrum or Leoric, do you do anything, or
Leoric kind of remembers the conversation just because Barovia, I feel I've heard of that place before. Something about vampires. But I'm just gonna talk to the bartender and see if they can find
Valo?
And I'll approach the bartender and ask to see if they've seen Valo.
Okay, yeah, Durnan is like, you know, you approach the bar, and Durnan's busy, but you can like wait for a moment to catch him kind of like in between him doing things, and you can like catch his attention.
It's just, oi, Valo been in today?
And he like is like refilling someone's, or like making someone a drink, and he says, I saw him up drinking by himself on the second floor.
Much appreciations. We'll go find him there, and I'll walk back to the table where they're slowly not recovering. And I'll be like, he's on the second floor. Perhaps we should move ourselves upwards and go find him.
Roll to see if he woke me up.
Make a performance check.
Me?
Yeah. If that's how you want it.
No, thank you.
Yeah, so you're talking to him. He's just like, he's just. So, you can try to wake him in some other way, or like, Kaldrum, what are you doing? Are you like?
So what were these folks talking about with the letter?
I didn't really pay much attention to it. Something about Barovia. I kind of just was more interested in getting this reward and being on our merry way.
Don't know what the Barovia is.
I've heard of it. I think I've heard of a young man that was wandering the land. Someone mentioned a hero named Gleep. I don't know. That's a silly name.
That's a dumb name.
That's a dumb name. Who would name themselves that?
I don't know.
But either way, I guess that's another thing for another time. Let's at least get our reward before we go question that.
Yeah, let's go find
that, ladies and gentlemen.
Polo.
Call it deep cut.
Jolo.
Oh, I know that's a stupid name, and I don't care.
Frollo.
Yeah, I'm just quickly. I'm trying to figure out how we can help John, because he's like he's can see the stream fine, and like
Discord is being weird. What if we made a new Discord group?
Huh?
But if you made a new Discord group,
yeah, I can try to do that.
That may be the thing.
If you guys don't,
because Discord, I logged on Discord and there was blackouts on Discord.
Were there?
Oh really?
Yeah. Some of my servers were down. Still talking like Killjoy. Some of my servers were down. So maybe if we start a new group, maybe you'll be fine.
Okay. I'll try to. So let's disconnect from this call, and I'll try to make a new group, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Sorry, stream.
Sorry, stream. We'll be right back.
Rip.
I mean, we're not going anywhere. We're just.
Yeah. New call.
All right. All right. 1 sec. All right. This is exciting, isn't it? Friends. I have those. Hello? Hello? John, can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello? Oh no. Yikes. I think no dice on that one.
No buenos. Clearly we are in the bads.
Ay.
Dios míos.
That's a big old pile of stuff.
Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah, it sucks pretty bad.
John, are you still...
Feels bad.
John, are you still in the stream? Can you hear us at all? Hey!
He's alive!
Holy shit!
Hey!
We've done it.
There it is.
We did it!
We've done it, everybody.
We solved the internet.
We solved the Discord puzzle.
We've seriously completed the connection of tubes. It's great.
Can you hear us and see everything okay, John?
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
it's wild.
I guess we're on it. I guess we're in there.
We've done the thing.
Badger hustles into the yawning in portal, going, thank God I made it just in time, right before HR closed, and so now now I'm good to go. What happened?
I was looking forward to doing more Badger voice.
Yeah.
He's on the second floor. We just need to find him and speak with him.
Badger wakes me up.
Badger returning wakes him up.
Just flailing my arms around as a small, just a tiny gnome running around.
Beer.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah, Floon says if you're worried about going up the stairs, I suppose I could go find Volo and bring him down here.
No, not letting you out of my sight till I've been paid. Coming with us.
We could just go upstairs. That's literally an option.
Yeah.
That's literally as far as we can go.
What's the hesitation?
I didn't have hesitation. I was just asleep.
Yeah, that's actually most of it. Is he was literally passed out.
We haven't healed at all, have we?
No one has bothered to heal, nor has anyone bothered to ask me.
I thought when I
you don't want to be bothered.
I thought when I put a hand on your shoulder and passed out, that might have been a clue.
I thought you were just reaching for a helping hand to get up and, kind of, make acquaintances with a casual demeanor.
That's right. Let's go. We'll hoist each other up the stairs and make our way.
Get out.
That's some branding.
They said it. They said the
They
word.
said the word. They said the word.
They said it.
Anyway, I agree. I'm also worn out and tired. Volo, where
Up
is
we
he?
go. Follow to follow.
Upstairs. Follow to follow.
I'm gonna drag myself upstairs.
All right, yeah, you guys go
What number
upstairs.
we headed to?
Huh?
What number are we going to?
We headed to?
Oh, this isn't actually like a comprehensive like people who are here. I mean, he's number 21 if you want a reference, but this isn't like actually what everything looks like. This is just the interior of the yawning portal, and it's a great little piece of art. So I thought I'd bring it up while we were here.
I want that as a Twitch emote.
What?
Which one?
Volo's face.
I do have an emote slot. If anyone knows how to make Twitch emotes.
Oh, I do.
It's probably not that hard.
Yeah, probably not.
Let's go into photo editing.
Yeah.
They're very restrictive about what the file type, pixels, and resolution.
Right.
Like the approval process takes a few days.
That makes sense.
More days.
It's
not impossible.
You guys finish having this conversation with a random stranger in the inn. As you get to the top of the stairs and search around for a bit, and you see Volo sitting at a table drinking by himself, looking anxious.
Isn't that a sad sight?
What, the fact that he's alone?
Hey up, Volo, we're here to collect.
And he like starts, and his hat does that thing where it like flips off really quickly.
Flips up and
and he says, you've returned, and Floon, and Floon is like, oh, Volo, oh, it's so good to see you. And Floon and Volo comes up, and they share a tender hug.
Adorable.
And
I have no patience for this right now, so I'm just like, oh yeah, it's very touching. Now you promised us some coin here.
And he says, oh, I'm so happy that my friend Flynn is back. You have no idea how thankful and how grateful I am to you.
Well, why don't you show me in Gold Dragons?
And he kind of like looks at you, and we get like the camera from his point of view as it like kind of like scans across you, and he sees you all just like so fucked up. And he says, I feel that perhaps that business can be handled in the morning. I mean, you all seem the worse for wear. Perhaps
I'll sleep so much nicer if I've got a nice soft pillow with gold coins.
It wouldn't hurt for us to actually have money to afford a room, mind you.
Well,
we'll say that.
I'll pay for a room for you tonight, on me, and I'll buy your drinks as well. And in the morning we can settle business.
It's very suspicious that you're not paying us for the job we just completed upon completion of said job.
I mean, I merely just would like to make sure that you've got all of the accommodations and that you are happy and healthy, just like...
I will be happier and healthier with a nice full pocket of gold.
Right, I'm happy enough that I'm alive. Would be happier
Make a happy check.
Make a insight check. He's hiding something, but you're not quite sure.
Yeah.
I get the sense that maybe you can't pay us. I sure have dealt with this in my construction jobs before, where we go and build a building, and then they go, thanks. We're going to use this to make the money that we'll pay you with.
You'll get it in several months.
Make an insight check there, buddy. All right, I'm gonna roll against you, and I'll do it out in the open so we can see. Because I don't know how to make these. I don't know how to make these sheets by default, not GM whisper rolls, and I hate it.
Yeah.
All right. You get an 11. So you get the feeling that your suspicions may be correct, Badger. Mm-hmm. And he kind of like he like looks down at the ground, and he knows it's like one of those moments, and he takes his hat off and he like kind of like rings it in his hand, and he says, "Hi, this is box text, by the way.
This is box text.
I confess that I have but few coins to spare, but let it never be said that Valdo reneges on a promise. Allow me to present something much more valuable." And he puts his hat back on and goes into his coat and pulls out a scroll tube.
Okay.
And he says, "This is the deed to a remarkable property here in Waterdeep. We'll need to magistrate to witness the transfer of ownership, but I'll arrange a meeting after you've inspected the area and deemed it satisfactory." And he kind of like holds it out towards
How much
you.
is this property worth?
Oh, it's certainly worth much more than whatever it is that I promised you, which is not what he actually says. He actually says the amount, just Steve does not remember the amount that he promised you.
Huh. So why would you give us this instead of just pay us? What's the catch? Why? How haunted is it?
On a scale of 1 to very.
I want you to look me in the eyes and tell me how many ghosts are there.
Make an insight check. I want you to crit this real bad. All right.
No.
He's gonna oppose you, and this isn't necessarily him lying to you. This is just like what you get from him, like what you get from trying to like look at his face.
Mm-hmm.
Drawing upon my father's business acumen.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Read him like a book.
He says, well, if I'm being completely honest, the deed is worth a lot of gold. It's worth, again, much more than the 100 gold that I promised you, or whatever the amount was. Again, like he would tell you the actual amount. It's just been a really long time, and like I, Steve, don't feel like going and digging through chapter like the beginning of the chapter to find it. He says it's worth much more than that. I would gladly pay you for the return of my friend, but I do not have the physical coin, unfortunately. I'm waiting for a payment, a royalty payment from Valdo's guy to come in. You see. And he says, and like you say that thing about the ghosts, or about the haunting, and he says, well, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I did buy the property initially because it was rumored to be haunted. I was hoping to investigate it and perhaps write a chapter about it in my next book.
Wait, it's legit haunted?
What's your next book called? How to Scam Adventurers into Finding a Drunk Lost Friend?
Industry Secret.
That's the name of the book?
No,
That's
that's
a good name.
the name of the book is an industry secret. It's not.
It's an industry secret. I understand.
That's a worse name.
That's a worse name. You should just call it Industry Secret.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I would hire you as my branding managers, but I have no coin.
This is true. He does not.
So I snatch the deed out of his hands and I start poring over this legal document, drawing upon my years of business acumen from working with my father to at least validate verify its validity.
Sure. Make a
sleight of hand.
I was gonna say no. Like he'll give it to you. You don't have to like snatch it.
But I snatch it because of attitude.
Right. Yeah. It's more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make a investigation check, I guess, is the thing. Damn, Jim, rolling hotter than the sun tonight.
I am the king of this document.
It looks completely legit. It is a.
You rewrite the deed. It says whatever you want.
Not quite. It's a perfectly like well annotated, well made deed to a property called Troll Skull Manor.
Troll Skull
Manor.
Well,
Wow.
boys, looks like we've got our own guild house.
This is literally the most D&D thing we could have.
Did you say Troll Skull Manor? Now I'm curious, is it made of troll skulls? Because those are structurally very unsound, and I can't imagine that a property built on troll skulls is going to last very long.
Maybe it's shaped like a troll skull.
Badger, if you'll refer to Appendix B of this deed and legal documentation, you will see the civil survey where the property was deemed completely habitable by the town. Not a fortnight ago.
Oh, yes, you're right. Oh, I see. It is actually, in fact, very sound. It has been up for 100 years.
It seems
entirely
legit.
So all of you who are from Waterdeep, make a history check.
Has it been up for 100 years? I wouldn't know.
Damn.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Yikes.
You don't recognize. Well, it's not so much that you don't know. It's like you don't recognize the name of the manor, or where it would be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you had if one of you had succeeded, you would have been like, oh yeah, I know that place. It's right here,
It's the whole place.
Vala, what can you tell us about Troll Skull Manor other than its imposing name?
And the alliteration.
It's I mean. What would you like to know? I've been in the process of beginning my investigations. It's just it's a manor. It used to be a tavern on a Troll Skull Alley, and it's a good location. It's right around a lot of really great businesses. You'll have some excellent neighbors. Yeah. It might be a bit of a fixer upper, but I assure you that it'll be a great place for you, and you could even reopen the tavern, which would lead to even more money being gained by you guys.
Here's a separate question: how did you come into possession of this deed?
I merely bought it. It was up for auction, and I acquired it. I just realized
up for auction from whom?
Volo is starting to sound like Badger.
A little bit.
And he he gives you an answer that I Steve do not have, but he would give you an answer that would sound legit.
I see. Yes, of course. That auction that we all know.
Yeah. And
that very important high profit auction.
And he says, so how about I buy you some rooms for the night. You guys can rest and recover and get right as rain, and I will go over in the morning. You guys can inspect the property, and if all seems on the up and up, I'll arrange a meeting for the transference of the deed to you, and it will be all yours.
Sounds fair for now, I suppose. It couldn't hurt to at least get rest and then reconsider this in the morning.
Okay.
This is still very suspicious, but okay.
I accept your proposal. I'll hold on to the deed. You know where my room is since you're paying for it, and I'll see you in the morning.
He says, very well then. And yeah, he'll pay for your guys' rooms for a night. And he gets you the good rooms that have their own baths and nice comfy beds and shit.
So relaxing.
Cucumber slices in the eyes.
Yep. So, does anyone want to do anything else tonight, or just take a rest?
I just want to take a nice long rest.
Sleep.
Alright.
Gain a hit die back.
I'm going to cast alarm around the entrance to my room. Or basically around the perimeter of my room.
Okay.
And if somebody comes in that I'm not expecting, it will make a lot of noise.
Right. what does your alarm spell look like?
Badger takes a rope and basically just kind of runs it around the edge of the room, and writes down kind of the dimensions of the room, and where it would be, and like where the major points of entry would be, and writes down a description of the sound. Okay. And then he drops the paper down, and it goes. Whoosh.
Nice, awesome. Do we get to see what the sound is, or no?
Only if somebody unexpectedly comes into his room.
Yeah. So the camera like
keep your secrets.
John's like, I go into Badger's room. Okay. Anyone else? Lyric or Harlan or Keldrum? Anything else?
I meant that. I'm doing the D&D equivalent of putting cucumber slices on my
flopping down, taking a nice bath.
Yep. I bundle my clothes up and come out in a towel to Keldrum's room and be like, you can have these cleaned and pressed in a morning for me, please?
Fuck off.
Oi! Didn't expect that.
Not cleaning your clothes.
You did it before. Fine, then. You dummy. I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, I'm literally dumb. I was drained of my intellect. It's fresh in my mind. That hurts.
Keldrum's had a bit of a day.
Right, really twisting the intellectual knife.
Alright. Cool. So you all take a long rest. And despite being all of you being at or near the brink of death and sapped of all of your intelligence and all of your faculties and like being killed multiple times, you wake up in the morning feeling perfectly fine. Everything's great.
That arm's not broken anymore.
Exactly. Like there's not even like bandages or anything. Yeah, in like the TV show, you guys like all like kind of basically like barely stumble onto your beds, and then like we get like the generic shot of like the night sky turning into day, and like Harlan like wakes up and like you're shirtless and like none of the cuts or anything are there.
Badger's doing jumping jacks in his room.
Yeah, totally. All right. Cool. Yeah, and when you guys come down from your rooms, Volo and Floon are there, looking pretty good. Volo is all cleaned up, and you can see the resemblance now. He like does look a lot like Rainier.
You mean Floon?
Huh?
You mean Floon?
Floon looks like Rainier.
Floon looks a lot like Rainier.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he like got cleaned
Is Rainier
up.
There? Are we seeing side by side right now?
No, not yet. No, you see Volo and you actually make a perception check as you come down.
All of us?
Everybody?
Whoever's coming down, yeah.
I like rolling.
Sure.
Not before I get my fantasy coffee.
So we all see Volo and Floon, except Keldrum sees Volo and Rainier.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happens. So like, yeah. So
when did he get here?
Everyone comes down, and Harlan and Lyric, you see like, Floon's like kind of like he's got like noble's clothes on now. He looks much more presentable, yeah, Keldrum, you come down and you come down a little bit afterwards, and you see your friends sitting with Volo and Rainier.
Interesting. What's nobility like you doing here?
And Floon turns to you and he says, "Well, I'll have you know that nobility like me frequents places like this all the time."
Wait, nobility?
Interesting.
Yeah,
this is our friend Rainier, is it not? Look at it.
No, that's Floon.
The classic mix-up that we just resolved yesterday.
This is literally how this happened.
Tell me, what are you going to put him in a bag and make me Suez now?
Wait, what What happened? What happened?
This
You
is
did the
literally how
same
we
thing
got
them
here.
dumb bandits did. This
God
ain't
damn it.
raining, it's floon.
Sorry, that brain puppy still affected me a little bit.
Oh, we're gonna hear that for a week. Oh, the brain puppy still affected me. Oh, sorry, I forgot your birthday, the brain puppy.
Anyway,
Sorry, I forgot your birthday. It was a brain puppy.
it's a brain puppy.
And also now it's
God.
headcanon that the intellect devourer in our game is reskinned as your puppy. Just
Oh my god.
Looks like Jim's puppy.
Adorable. That's gonna be hard to fight.
right.
Hey, can you buy me breakfast again? Forgot my wallet at home. It's the brain puppy.
thing.
Yikes. All right. So, you guys eat breakfast. As you're eating breakfast, Floon says, even though he mistook me for Rainier, the statement that I made before is no less true. I am, in fact, also a noble.
Are you really, though?
Really?
Well, I mean, he's wearing noble's clothes.
What reason would I have to lie to my heroic saviors?
Well, you should ask the fella standing next to you who doesn't have the coin he promised us.
And Valo says, "Oh, but I assure you, my friends, you are getting something much better."
Yes, a very haunted property.
So.
Let's just go. Just to get this deed finalized. I want to move in and start my tavern. I mean, move in.
All right. Yeah, and he says, I set up a meeting with a property magistrate. We can head over there whenever you would like.
Well, I suppose we're all feeling well, so might as well. No time like the present.
All right.
Yeah.
Smash cut to the local magistrate.
Haunted house.
The local magistrate's office, where you guys have a very brief meeting with a property magistrate who is a female tiefling. Are you ready for this? Also Forgotten's Realm's ass name, named Kylan Silmerhelve.
Say it again.
Kylan Silmerhelve.
Silmerhelve.
Silmerhelve. The very common last name.
Not Silverhelm?
Oh, of the North Ward Silverhelms.
Helve, yeah.
Silmerhelve.
Several Silverhelms.
It's like they meant to say Silverhelm and then they transposed constant.
Exactly.
Silverhelm. Nah, that's too normal.
Yeah, so she meets you very briefly, and goes through the motions of well, you guys, do you agree to do this, and do you agree to this and this, and
Oi, what am I agreeing to?
No, it's all Valo, she's meeting with Valo. It's because it's Valo that's transferring the deed to you, and she hands you each a slip of paper to sign. Whoever wants to sign for the manor.
I read
it turns out also, I'll have you know, I'm a fantasy notary.
Sounds like this is a good place for you then.
I read it very thoroughly.
Okay, make a investigation check again.
Investigation?
Yeah. I mean, you can describe your that one however you would like, but it seems legit.
Yeah, I think whether it is or is not, it seems completely legitimate to me.
Right. Yeah. And it is this is you know that you're in the magistrate's office and
Yep.
Actually, Badger, you probably know this person because she like deals with a lot of like property tax and stuff. Like I wouldn't say you know her like you wouldn't like know her and be like buds with her, but like you would definitely like have seen
You've
her
crossed
around,
paths.
like.
Right. I know that her first name is Wendy, but I call her Magistrate Silverspoon.
Yep, pretty much. And as she does, oh, the map just disappeared. That's interesting. As she, yeah, I just don't have any maps. This happened last time too. Oh, it's, one sec. I'm just gonna restart Roll20.
Uh-oh.
Anyway,
Hey, has any of this deed stuff been box text, by the way?
No.
Or are we just way off the rails?
No, it's not. It's not that you're off the rails. It's like this whole thing is like you get the like the adventure states you guys yeah, nothing. It's not loading for me. That's weird. There we go. Okay. The box text is like you get the deed, and then the adventure like text is like they get the deed. There is a very small paragraph about like you go and do the notary thing, and then you have a place. Like this is like a very kind of like railroady part of the adventure.
Oh, cool. Cool.
I'm putting a little bit more into it, just like improvising a little bit more of it, just because like, you know,
I dig it. I like it.
It's more fun that way than just being like, all right, I'm gonna read you this paragraph and then we're gonna move on. Okay. So anyways, all the documentation is signed. The deed is officially in. Who's Harlan? You're gonna sign it.
Yeah, I intend to.
Okay. So the manor will be officially in Harlan's name, unless anyone else has it, unless anyone like takes issue with that.
Say, Harlan, what's the property taxes like? Are we going to be able to afford this every month? Where are the utilities? How much does it cost to get water?
Oi!
I think we're going to be house poor if we get this.
Oi! Don't worry about it, my friend. This used to be a tavern. If I can't turn this tavern into this, and I don't belong calling myself a stone.
Okay, I trust your judgment.
That sounds like some old folk wisdom, but also it's your name.
And as the documents are like finished and stuff, Kylan Silverhelve turns to you, Harlan, and says, "Okay, that will be 25 gold for the fee."
It's all above board. I will pay that happily.
I thought, wasn't Mr. Volo taking care of that?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, the fee is usually paid by the recipient and not the.
That makes sense to me. That's how buying a house usually works.
I'm going to look at Volo and say, well, to be fair, Mr. Volo, you were providing us this in exchange for rescuing your friend. I don't think that's fair that we have to pay out for a reward, and I'm going to attempt to...
If you win a car in a slot machine, you've got to pay the taxes on it.
I'm going to attempt to... Shut up, I'm trying to do some stuff.
What's a car?
I'd like to deceive him?
Make a...
Maybe?
Well,
whatever check you want me to make.
It doesn't sound like a deception check. It sounds like a persuasion check.
Persuasion? I'll throw persuasion all day.
Right.
22?
And he Volo kind of like shrugs and he says, well, I suppose that's only fair. And he goes to reach into his purse, and you hear a voice from off screen, and he says, no worries, I will take care of that. And the camera pans, and we see Rainier Neverember who
it's Flume Blagner.
A boy.
and he says, let me handle the fees, please. It's the least I can do for this whole mix-up that I feel is all my fault. I feel really, and he like kind of like goes over and like.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I've never said no to someone offering me a bunch of coins, so sure, if you want to pay the fees, it's still just as much our property.
Of course, and he like kind of like without even like giving it a second thought, like hands you the 25 gold and goes over and like gives Floon a big hug and like. You know, he's like doing that thing where he's like holding his shoulders and kind of like looking him over, like, oh, they didn't hurt you, did they? Are you okay? Are you?
Them two's like this.
This just got a little awkward.
Better not awaken anything in me.
No, they're sweet friends.
Is that a Community reference?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's amazing. John DeBlad just like has the most like low key comments that like are just so quiet under there, but like are so well timed and so good. Hell yeah. Anyways, yeah. So he pays the fees and you give it to Silverhelve and she takes the pouch and hands it to like an assistant and she turns to the assistant and says, Floon, will you please put this into the treasury? And he's like, yes, ma'am, and kind of like waddles off. He's a penguin, apparently. And
he's also named Floon?
Yeah.
Nice.
And he and yeah, you guys are good to go. So Valo, as you guys kind of are like stepping out of the office, Valo and Rainier and Flynn are all standing with you, and they all seem just like really happy that like everything turned out as good as it could have for them. Like
I would like
so much could have
not
gone.
necessarily now, but I would like a floor plan of this house with dimensions.
Oh, it's don't worry about it.
It's available to you. Don't you worry.
Good.
Don't you even fucking worry about it. We're getting to that in just a second, my dude.
I don't know what the rest of this campaign has to offer, but I can time in this campaign. It's going to be spent running this tavern.
All right. So you, yeah, as everyone's leaving, Valo like gives you the directions to get there and everything, and says, thank you again for all your help. It was I'm glad that I came up to you guys in the tavern. It seems I made the right choice.
Oi, when you roll with a stone, you've always made the right choice.
He like kind of cocks his head. He's like, yes. I have one more thing to give you. It's not a big thing, just
Oh, you're missing your friend Bloom Bagbar?
and he gives you.
It's not cursed, is it?
No, he gives you this. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure I'm sharing the right thing. Oh, hold on. Yeah, he gives you this. Show to players. Bam.
Boom.
Enchiridion.
Which I will share the rest of the pages with you later, but for now we'll do that.
A visitor's guide to the city of splendor.
Yeah, it's just a small early work of mine. I thought it might be helpful to you guys.
Splendors, yes.
Oh, well, I do appreciate it.
Interesting.
Here, this is like
consider any intimidation, justification, and audacity.
That's the first like section.
Obloquy, askinine, a practice, inducement or similar.
Just so you guys know, there are 5 different sections to this handout that I will share with you later.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, John Williams, this is like your jam.
Hell yeah. Give me the deets.
Here you go.
All the deeds.
I'll just do this now, I guess. Here,
Might as well.
have more stuff.
Have more lore dump.
Here, enjoy. Read at your own discretion.
Professionally crafted world building.
Yeah, literally. So he gives you that book. Gives you the directions and
This is what happens when you get paid thousands of dollars a year to make D&D content.
I mean,
right?
Who makes content?
Writing.
Hey, did you want to write a book? How about instead you make a pretend travel guide?
Yeah.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's well written.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm legitimately.
No, it's quality.
Yeah,
it's super quality.
This is one of the other benefits, right, of like pre-made adventures.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I will eventually have something like this for Titan Shore, but like
somebody's salaried job was to write the history of Waterdeep to give to people.
Exactly. It's dope. Anyways, so if you guys don't have anything else, they will part ways with you guys, and you guys can make your way to Troll Skull.
Hey, if we ever want to talk to you fellas again, how can we reach you?
And they say, Vola says, yes, if you ever need anything else, of course, to the best of my abilities, I will gladly help. You can usually find me hanging around the portal. I spend a lot of time writing there. And Rainier says, or Floon says, yes, I also frequent the portal and other areas. If you, I'm sure I'll see you around. And then Rainier says, yes, if you require any assistance from me as well, usually one of these two will be able to find me.
Perfect. Good to know. I guess next time we go to the portal, we'll see you. Okay, don't get kidnapped. Yeah. Okay, bye.
Yeah, and like mechanically, it's kind of like if you want to ask favors of them, you can, and like just narratively, you say like we want to talk to like Floon about this thing, and then it's like okay, cool, like then we like together we'll set the scene of like. All right, so you're talking to Floon here, you meet him here or whatever, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you guys want to make your way over to Troll Skull?
Sure.
Might as well at this point.
Oh, definitely.
Before we go too much farther, does anyone have to hard stop at 10, or is it okay if we go slightly over?
You can go slightly over for me, unless anybody else has got to.
Yeah, I'd say I've got like 20 more minutes.
20 sounds.
Yeah, sounds about fair.
Is that okay with you, John DeBlood?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He's got a cat. He's fine.
That's true. All right. Well, the good news is that we finished chapter 1.
Hooray!
Yeah.
So
got there.
So we get like the like closing kind of title card as we cut to commercial. This is like chapter 1 finish, and as we
insert disc 2.
Yeah, exactly. And as we fade back in, let me see if I've got.
You won't be able to come back here for a long time. Are you sure you're ready to leave the
town? No, okay, this is perfect. So, I've got an art handout for you. So as we fade back in, from our break, the score kind of like comes in with the like main theme, and the camera pans down, and we see the four of you kind of like standing at the door. Of this manor.
Oh God!
Wow.
Oh, skull man!
Does it come with the birds?
That is quite the manor.
I hope so.
So Harlan is in love with. Harlan thinks it's beautiful. Harlan sees potential. Harlan's like. He hasn't had a property since he left the family business.
Right. Here, I'll put this up here for the stream.
He's just like super stoked It's like that movie. You know, it's like the scene in the movie where it's a huge dump, but the guy that bought it is just like, but think of the potential.
Right.
He
Yeah.
loves it.
And I have a floor plan for you as well. Just one sec. Hold.
Floor plan, I'm very excited.
Hold, please.
Yeah, Badger's interested in the idea of a different apartment. He's happy to move out of his current apartment into
This manor.
a larger manor. No longer in tenement
You're not
housing.
supposing we actually live here now, right?
He's considering it.
So yeah.
I expect that we're not only going to live here, but we're going to work.
I see blackness.
It's going to be great. As soon as I can turn the lights on, see what the place looks like.
Hold on.
Hang on, light switch got to be around here somewhere.
Who turned out the lights?
Aha!
Do you mean the candle switch?
You probably mean the lanterns that we have to light ourselves?
No, it's a phrase I just coined.
You guys are here.
I can't
No.
see anything still.
There's my page in the way. There's darkness. There
Dark.
we are. Okay.
I see darkness.
I see some things through.
This looks like a bar. There's some
I
tables.
see someone got put in the middle of the room as opposed to the rest of us.
I moved there. I'm looking around. Oh, it's dark again.
Are we allowed to get in? Do we know? Like, I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, hold on.
Where was the door? The door's down here, isn't it?
I see.
Yes,
Wait,
the
hold
door's
on.
down here.
I was placed inside.
Don't
Yeah.
enter yet. We don't have box text.
No, there's
Just peeking
I'm super
around.
excited. I'm looking around.
Okay.
We've got tables and chairs over here. There's a bar in front of me. Look at this potential.
here's the hideout.
This is incredible.
Here's
Ah!
Okay.
plan. The actual floor plan. This is like the dungeon version
Oh,
for like exploring it and stuff.
holy crap. Okay.
If we somehow made it here. ahead
Oh
of
my
schedule.
god. I love it. I love it so much.
So you guys come in and you see, you know, a bunch of like shitty, dilapidated tables, like chairs that have like rotted. There's a like a bar over here that like has like some like dusty ass glasses and like a thick layer of dust on like everything, and some like in the behind it on like some shelves are some like spirits, and that's what you see. What do you do?
We party.
We should probably make sure this place hasn't been taken over by anybody since we just got it. Who knows what might be living in here?
Or on living in here.
So
That's a bit of a concern.
So who wants to go in the basement first?
I'm going upstairs. I go with.
I guess we're going in the
As you walk towards the stairs, Harlan, you step on a throw rug that is there, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. A 7. All right. The rug out of nowhere, and like Badger and Leoric, like you guys would see this. Like it seems like out of nowhere the rug like gets pulled out from under you, and you slip and you fall and you go prone.
Oh. It's a bit dusty, eh? Watch your step. Pick myself up and dust myself off.
Okay.
Are you going to dust yourself off and try again? You can dust it off and try again. Try again. Wow, that was an old reference I just made. Jesus.
I was gonna say, what was that? That was a deep cut.
That was
Where are the stairs?
Destiny's Child?
Aha! Oh, I see.
You get Destiny? Oh man, it has to be.
I'm here. Up,
Right,
and that takes me.
Hold on.
Oh, that was an Aaliyah cut. Jesus, that was wow.
Slow your roll there, bud.
Are we? Is the map supposed to be seen or no?
Huh?
Does I still see black?
Scroll down.
Do you still see
Yeah.
black?
Yeah, still black.
Does your token have dark vision?
Oh, wait, am I supposed to drag my token out?
I have your token out.
I drag another one out. I don't see anything.
That's because you don't have
There
dark vision.
there are 2 Keldrims as far as I can see.
I have the best dark. I have the best dark vision of everybody here. Actually.
There you go. You get
there
that?
we
Actually.
go. Yes, I can see. I'm gonna delete that one. Sorry. Okay.
Okay. Dude, you're going like way far up, man. There's stuff.
There's all kinds of stuff.
Sorry, it was letting me drag around, so I followed the handout to where I wanted to be.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
I came back to this.
That's okay. Where do you want to go?
Oh, I was trying to get to here. My eventual goal is to get here and claim this.
Hold on. Let me.
This is weird.
It's all over the place. Here we go. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I want either. Okay, whatever. Okay, so, yikes. Got so many things. So yeah, so you make your way up the stairs. Are the rest of you going with?
I'll wait at the bottom just in case things fall again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm mostly watching to see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Leoric, or Harlan, you head up the stairs. And as you do, I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
We're making saves because this place is literally falling apart. Got it.
Okay, so as you go upstairs, and we'll say that for the purposes of this, everyone else is like downstairs, like you've like kind of like rounded the hall. Like we'll say you're like here for the moment. You've like rounded up the stairs, and so people can't see, and you hear something like come from like behind you or something, and you like quickly move out of the way, and it flies right past you, and you see a vase like just go flying into the wall and shatter right in front of you, like an old dusty vase.
Oh!
It like shatters stuff, and like downstairs, you guys hear a large shattering sound from upstairs, and like a little Harlan yelp.
Clumsy me! I hope that wasn't worth much money.
You do remember.
Don't break everything.
You do remember this place is haunted, correct?
Yeah, if you believe in that sort of thing. La-da-dee-dee, la-da-dee-dee.
Alright, we cut to you, and Harlan, give me a sec. We cut back down to the main room. What are the three of you doing while you wait?
Badger's just going, "Hello, ghosts."
Make a perception check. Okay. The other two of you can also make a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Perception.
Redemption.
Perception.
Reduction.
Horn on cat made anal.
Sam, you want to make a perception check?
I'm sorry about that.
It's all good.
Do it now.
I did not know this for everybody. Where is my page? No. Character sheet. Perception. Oop. I thought you were just asking.
There you go. Okay. So as the crash happens, and Leoric, you're kind of like peering up like trying to like see what's going on up the stairs, and Kaldrum and Badger, you notice a like small little bottle of spirits like floating through the air, and it uncorks and it pours over Leoric's head.
I see the irony there.
Yeah, and we get this moment. We get this
Are
shot.
You thirsty?
We get this shot of like Leoric's pissed off face, like stone faced as like the spirits kind of like dump down your head.
They're playful.
That's not natural.
No, as I said before, this place is haunted, remember? And now they just like to have fun. Perhaps we should call in someone who can exorcise them.
I've heard if you ask them to go away, they might listen. So, spirits, please leave our house. That legally we now own.
And at that point, we cut back to Harlan. Harlan, you're making your way through this common room on the second floor here.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. And as you do, I need you to roll a perception check. Okay. So you have disadvantage on this dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Yikes.
Okay. You take... You take 1 damage as like a china plate, like some sort of like china like plate, just like beams you in the back of the head. And it's not like it's not like someone like it like fell over or something. It's like someone like threw a plate at you.
Right. No, I'm reacting accordingly.
Yeah. Okay.
Ow. Who was that? Who did that? Who threw that at me? It's not funny, guys. It's not funny. I know that you're saying it's haunted. It's not a thing. Things aren't haunted. That's not real. I don't appreciate it.
We can't hear you, Harlan. We're downstairs.
Yeah,
we're downstairs.
We're downstairs. Hello.
Hold that. Someone is here. I draw my rapier.
Okay.
And I hide.
Where do you hide?
In the shadows of this dusty, musty mansion.
Okay,
like
make a stealth check.
Ouch.
Okay, so here's what happens. You crouch behind. There are in the corner. There's like a stack of beer barrels. In the corner of this common room, they they have like a little spigot on them, like they're like taps, like kegs. And
Okay.
you like pull out your rapier and you kind of like slink down and you go to hide. And as you do, one of them lifts up and floats like right in front of you, and we get the shot from like your point of view, like your face, as you kind of are looking up with this barrel, and you see it, and then I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
It's a ghost.
Wonderful.
Reeks.
Yeah, so make a dex save. Okay. The barrel drops and falls down on top of you and the other barrels. The rest of you downstairs, like as you guys are kind of like looking around, you hear like a huge like crash and like cracking and popping and like liquid kind of like spilling out all over the place. And Harlan will say that you take another 1 damage as like the barrel kind of like smacks down onto you, but the impact of it is kind of like lessened by the fact that you're like kind of like eye level with a couple of other barrels, but they all break on you, and like there's like splintered wood everywhere, and you're just covered in like old dingy like.
So with
ale.
with that, I am immediately like scared of ghosts. The thing's actually haunted. So I do that, that trope where you hear before you see the guy from off camera, and I'm just like running full tilt, like, ghost are real, it's really ghosts, it's ghosts! As I make my way and just sprint all the way back out the front door, past everybody.
Okay.
It's really out there, ghosts are really ghosts, it's really out there!
Yeah, they are! We got ghost friends!
This is your house!
As Harlan like runs out and the three of you are kind of like in the main like tap room area, your attention is drawn to like a thud, and you like look over and you see like a mug that like it looks like the mug was like kind of like slammed on the counter. And you see scrawling like in the dust on the counter, like letters starting to form. Do you do anything, or do you wait?
I open a bottle and pour another drink into the mug.
I think they're gonna try to tell us something.
You
Get
begin
us more
begin
ale.
to do that. You start to make your way over towards the bottle, and like stop as the writing finishes, and you guys see written in the dust of this bar, closing time, and that is the final shot of our episode.
Oh, that's really ominous.
Sad days.
Actually,
Oh man,
that's not cliched.
No,
That's the
I wanted
least
ghost friends.
That's hoping for
This
a
ancient
house.
blades in the dark.
Yeah, I know, right? This whole adventure is so Blades in the Dark.
I
This
can't
literally
help
just
it.
turned blades in the dark.
You don't have to go home,
You are already home.
but you can't stay.
Closing time.
What if this is our home now?
They
No.
just said we can't stay here.
No, they just said closing time.
Well, we can't
Yeah.
go home.
Well,
You
but
don't
what
have
if
to.
if opening time is a minute later?
I know who I want to take me home.
Take me
It's
home.
definitely not the ghosts.
Alright. Cool. Well, congratulations. You guys have a haunted mansion now.
We have a haunted house. Let's open up
Right.
a haunted house shop and
This is
sell
like-
it during Halloween.
So like
I'm very
Pop
excited.
up haunted house shop.
so
I'm
as
very
I was
excited to be level 3 and own a tavern.
You're not quite level 3 yet, but
Damn it.
you're working.
Good try though.
You're getting there.
Oh, joy.
This chapter is fun. This chapter has some cool stuff. Also, yeah, there are so many parallels in this like beginning here to our Blades in the Dark game. It's kind of
Yeah.
insane.
I
You get
love
a
it.
you get an inn and it's haunted.
Yeah.
I
For
love
real.
a haunted inn.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It's like we wrote this plot originally somehow.
I know, right? Anyways, that's gonna do it for us. For
Super
this week.
fun, always. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Best times
Thank you guys.
Hooray.
Thank you guys for playing. This was
as always.
delightful. Sorry about the internet problems.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's the
Yeah,
bummer,
that
but
was-
I'm glad that we fixed it.
Yeah, that was weird, but oh well. So next week.
Hell yeah.
As
Absolutely.
far as things stand at the moment.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, so we'll confirm that for sure next time. But
Indeed.
yeah, come
Probably not the Thursday after that,
the Thursday after. So
which is Valentine's, I believe.
Is the Valentine's.
is it?
Yeah.
It is the day of the Valentine.
That's fine. Hopefully next week I seduce a ghost, and then I'll have a date night.
Yeah. I mean, like, if all these guys have to go do Valentine's things, John, we could just go on a date and play a game together.
Absolutely. You're not going to go on a date with Dalen?
We'll see, because like the middle of the week is just really rough.
Yeah.
I see.
So, it is difficult, but
We'll see.
living in different states is a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm gonna take us offline, and we'll say goodbye. to
Goodbye.
everyone.
By the internet.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
everyone.
Goodbye now. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye now. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank